30 minutes. I mean, unless we really screwed up. But we haven't screwed up yet, I don't think. Hey, we will screw up.
Then you'll go to camera 2.
All right.
We'll go from there. Speed.
You guys ready?
Stand by, everybody. Here we come. 3, 2, action.
Welcome to You Have Real Estate with me, attorney Justin Clark. Whether you're a first-time home buyer, seasoned investor, or looking to sell your home, this next 30 minutes is designed for you. Think of it like hitting multiple open houses, all from your living room, with my attorney advice throughout the way. If you have any questions whatsoever during the show, I have people standing by right now. All you need to do is call 407-205-0400. You can also go to the website and ask us questions right there as well, youhavepower.com. If you're still renting and you're ready to get back into the home ownership market, I have mortgage people standing by right now to get you pre-approved on this Saturday so we can start your house hunt this weekend. Awesome show ahead, but before we get started, it's time for my opening statement. There's no doubt about it. Electricity prices are out of control. I'm so sick and tired of paying $500 a month at my house. $500 a month, no matter what. I just send the bill off, no problem. $500 a month for just electricity. Yeah, we still have to pay the mortgage. We have to pay insurance, all that other stuff. But electricity alone, $500. I decided I'm tired of it. I'm sick and tired of paying $500 a month, so I reached out to a good friend of mine, and he's the owner of IQ Power Solar. And look, I did my homework here, guys. There are some bad solar companies out there, just like there are any bad business, but solar might be even worse. There are more bad solar companies out there, so I did my homework, and thank goodness I found the best, IQ Power Solar. They offered me a free consultation. So they come to my house. I pay $0 whatsoever for a consultation, and they were so professional. It made me think of like if you go to a financial advisor, you know, you go to one of these big box store financial advisors, and they just have a product to sell you. They don't really think about the whole big picture of your financial picture. They just want to sell you one product. I think a lot of solar companies are like that, where they just have this one big package to sell you. Not IQ Power Solar. They came to my house and really designed a package that was right for me. I didn't necessarily need the Bentley. I needed just bits and pieces of the Bentley. We had a lot of things already. So I really like the fact that they came over and spent some time with me and really came up with the best package for me. I decided to buy. I'm tired of paying $500. Do you know how much money I had to put down to have this entire solar package put in my house? $0 to get the whole solar thing installed. Guess what also? I saved a bunch of money on taxes as well. And this tax credit might be going away, and we're going to ask some questions about the tax credit here in a minute. Another thing, and something that you don't really think about, but I've talked about it on this show, how I think owning a house is more safe than renting because, look, I'm a father, I'm a husband. We really are concerned about providing a roof over the head for our family. If you're renting, you don't pay rent, what happens? You're kicked out in 20 days, 30 days, something like that. Whereas if you're buying a house, if, heaven forbid you lose a job or you run out of money, the bank has to come and foreclose on you. It's just like that with electricity. You don't pay your electric bill 1 month, what happens? You have no lights. Your family has no air conditioning in the summer. Solar's different. Solar's almost like they would have to come foreclose on you. You're going to have power for months and months and months because, okay, maybe your credit's going to take a hit, but they're not going to come just shut you off like the power company does. So for those of us who are family people and worry about a bad day happening someday, solar is more safe because they're not just going to come shut you down. Look, I love solar. I really do, and I think you will as well, but do yourself a favor and call IQ Power Solar before you call anyone else. Ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for Real Questions. Each Saturday here on You Have Real Estate, we ask real questions to the real trendsetters in the Central Florida real estate community. Today, some excellent guests joining me today. I have Stephen Bader. He is the COO of IQ Power Solar. Also, 3 realtors are going to join us to show 4 amazing properties. Lori Johnson's here. Deep Mehta is here. And Alina Bustineau is here as well. let's get right to the show. Let me bring in Stephen Bader. You're the COO of IQ Power Solar. Stephen, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
On a personal note, first of all, I trusted you guys when you came over, but you made a lot of promises to me, and not only did you deliver what you said you were, but really exceeded my expectations. So just on a personal note, thank you very much for that. I couldn't be happier with our decision to switch to Polar.
Happy to help.
Thank you and the people over at IQ. Now, isn't solar even more important in Florida than some states? Because it's so hot here in the summer, the electricity bills are out of control. Solar can really help the electricity bill, can it not?
Yeah, and there's a lot of things that contribute to that. One of the greatest values that Florida brings is there's more productive sunlight hours in a day than some of the other states. The EPA puts out a graph that rates states and areas for productivity in regard to photovoltaics or solar panels, and Florida ranks pretty high. So solar is a lot more valuable here than in other states.
In the opening statement, I said that I paid no money down for my system. Is that because I have good credit or something, or is this for everyone?
Designed to essentially have you into a program where your payment is less than what you're already paying on your electric bill. It's supposed to be a very easy, seamless transition. There's very rare cases where, if someone doesn't necessarily qualify for the better programs or subprime lenders, et cetera. But in most cases, everything that we lead with, it's no money down. You don't pay until after it's installed. You're already saving money before you pay anything.
We live in a hurricane state, and we see hurricanes every 2-3 years, it seems like. I think some people are concerned maybe these panels could come flying off of the roof. Is this a fear I should have?
No, it's more likely that the panels will be the last thing remaining.
What do you mean?
Well, the panels are secured into the truss of your roof with 3.5-inch, 4-inch lag bolts. So it's not like they're attached to the decking of the roof or anything like that. It's very unlikely that they'll come flying off the roof.
What all can solar run in my house? Is there anything it can't run?
Well, no, we have solar that produces electricity. We have solar technology that reduces electricity load, like solar attic fans, for example. They eliminate electric fans and they help relieve the hot air load off your insulation. And then there's solar photovoltaics that produces electricity. There's solar hot water that eliminates the need for an electric hot water tank. And then, there's luxuries like solar pool heat that eliminate electric or propane heaters. So we can pretty much operate an entire facility with the sun alone.
So I wasn't exaggerating at all. Every month my power bill or whatever you call it was coming out automatically out of my account, $500. Maybe in the winter $420 or something like that, and maybe even up to $550 in the summer. That's a lot of money. That really starts to add up. But since I've had solar, it literally is down to like $50. Is this normal?
Well, you had a lot of waste in your house.
Take it easy, man.
No. So
what do you mean?
Well, your house had the, if you don't mind, but your house had the original tank from when the builder built the house. So it was, probably from the early 90s, using 6,000 kilowatt hours a year. So you had a single speed pump that was 7 years old on your pool, and you had no attic insulation. So these things, your bill should have only been $270 on average. So one of our key philosophies at IQ Power is reduce before you produce, because producing electricity is the most expensive, right? So, and we're not just interested in selling you solar. Our goal is to achieve the best ROI for you. So, when we eliminated the single speed pump with a more efficient pump, and we switched out the inefficient hot water tank, and we gave you proper insulation, that did half the job.
And I did find that very interesting. I had no idea why you guys were like up in my attic, things like that. I said, what does this have to do with solar? But you're not there just to put some solar panels on my roof. You're there to figure out how to make my house more energy efficient. I thought that was really awesome to see.
Yeah, we have an intimate understanding of electricity and how a family's behavior contributes to a bill. One of the largest differentiators between us and our competitors is we constantly try to understand electricity. And in reality, solar has a different value to every single home based on their behavior and the way that they live their life. And if you don't really look at those things, you can't really gauge a proper ROI.
One of the things that I really benefited from was this big tax credit. Can you explain this tax credit, though, so my viewers really understand?
Yeah, so there's a 30% federal tax credit on all qualified solar products. If you pay taxes, and which most people do. If you spend $30,000 on solar, you're going to qualify for up to a $9,000 tax credit. Now, The only confusions there really are is, if some people think if they make too much, they don't get it, et cetera. But if in the off chance that you don't pay enough taxes, but you pay a little taxes, then, the whatever balance of the tax credit you have coming to you rolls over. So, most people benefit from it. We really don't have the cases in which they don't.
What do you think about resale value of my home? So clearly, if I go install a kitchen for $50,000, it might help the resale value a little bit, not $50,000 worth. What about solar? Does solar really increase the value of my home, in your opinion?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a unique example that you brought up, because if you get a custom kitchen in your house or a swimming pool, for example, the contractor pulls the permit on the cost of those materials. So it might be a $50,000 custom kitchen, but the permit's going to be on maybe $12,500. And if you think about it, the property appraisers who looks at the permits and adjusts that value. With solar, because it's being federally incentivized, you have to pull the permit on the full contract price. So if it's a $30,000 system, we're pulling a permit on $30,000, and it's engineered, it's inspected through the government, and that's the way that goes. But also, there's a formula in regard to energy efficiency. So if a system saves you $2,000 a year, then on average that's worth between 12 and 15 years of $2,000 based on who's making that calculation.
Right.
So
I mean, I can't really think of any real downside to me. Even if you're going to go sell your home, the buyer is also going to be paying $30 a month for electricity, right? I mean, without having to even go through this installation process. I can't really see a real downside, Steve.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you.
Stephen Bader, COO of IQ Power Solar. You're going to come back for the Real Estate Roundtable, I hope, right?
I'm excited.
All right, well, we're about to show you a couple houses, too, which I hope you like. So you watch this. And I think these are kind of up in our neck of the woods a little bit. Let me bring in Lori Johnson here. Lori, how are you? Good to see you today.
I'm good.
So I wanted to show these properties that you have, first of all, and then we can talk about them a little bit. And because they're unique, right? It's one property, but really two separate tracts of land?
That's correct.
All right, tell me about these a little bit. Up in Geneva.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
The first property is on 45 acres. It's a custom-built home. It's built in 2002. The 45 acres is actually on a lake, Lake Moran, which is a beautiful, about 8 acres fishing lake. And the property has 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms. It's a custom home. And talking about energy efficient, the house has concrete block walls, and they filled it with foam. And then they put hardy board siding on the outside of the house, which makes it look like a country estate home. And then inside, it's all custom, the granite countertops, wood floors, 3 bedrooms downstairs, a whole bedroom upstairs with a private bathroom for your guests. The property's fenced, just beautiful. I can't say enough good things about it.
And what's the price point we're looking at here?
This one's for $950,000.
Gotcha. And then, what a beautiful house. It looks completely and totally updated, huh?
It is. It's gorgeous.
What kind of person lives in Geneva? Is this someone who just wants a bunch of land, or the houses like all spread out, or what?
Both. You will get privacy, and the family that lives there, they've had the estate in their house for about 40, 50 years.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Yeah, it looks like a beautiful, beautiful piece of land. And then there's an adjacent tract of land to this as well.
That's correct.
And are you selling them separately or together, or either?
Both.
Okay.
They're separately in MLS, but you could buy 110 acres all together. And if you would like to keep it all together, that's fine. You even have more land, or you can separate it. The zoning right now is A5, so you can separate them into 5-acre parcels and build a house on each 5 acres and then sell it separately.
Beautiful. You have any questions whatsoever, 407-205-0400. We'll also post these listings on the website, youhavepower.com. Let me ask you a question about the market in general, Lori. So summer's almost over. I think a lot of people will tell you the summer buying season is always very busy. But we're kind of in a weird market where it's gone up significantly the last couple of years, maybe leveling out a little bit. What do you see happening between now and, say, Christmas?
I think the market's going to stay strong. There's a lot of buyers out there that we're still working with, trying to find them a house. I don't see a slowdown at all in our area.
Yeah, I mean, I tend to agree with you. Maybe a little correction, if anything. Certainly not a big bust happening anytime soon, like in 2008, 9, 10, right?
Right.
We talked earlier about solar. When you're working with a buyer, and the buyer says, wow, this house has solar on it, it looks beautiful, and my electric bill is only going to be $40 a month. That's got to be a positive for them, no?
Oh, that's excellent.
Hey,
Everybody wants that.
Yeah, exactly. Do you see a lot of houses that in the market, whether you're buying or selling, that have solar attached to them?
No, not really. It's becoming more of a trend.
Yeah.
You see more greenhouses. I think that people are understanding the significance that they would save.
Right.
Yeah.
And do you see buyers really attracted to a house with solar now? I mean, consider it's good for the environment. It saves them on electric bill, everything like
Yeah,
that.
I agree.
Buyers are attracted, huh?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Everybody
Lori
wants to save.
Johnson, if you would like to see these properties, amazing properties up in
Yes.
Geneva, I might add. What county is that in?
That's Seminole County.
It is Seminole County.
Yeah.
Is it kind of like Volusia Seminole border, or is that just like middle of Seminole County?
No, we're Seminole County,
Okay.
about 15 minutes from UCF.
Oh, okay.
Right near Oviedo.
I got you. The phone
Right.
number, I'll hook you up with Lori right away. It's 407-205-0400. Lori, thank you for being
Thank
here.
you.
I hope we get an offer on this property today. Maybe one buyer for both tracks. That's what we're
right.
looking for right now, right? Thank you
right.
so much for being
Thank
here,
you.
Lori. All right, we'll see you soon. All right, now it's time to bring a couple more guests up to the stage today. You might have heard about Exp Realty. It's sort of taken over the world in a sense, this EXP. These are two partners from the Orlando Property Guru team. I've got Deep Mehta. How are you, sir? Good to see you. Thanks for being here.
I'm doing great. How are you?
And well, your partner Alina Bustineau is here also. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Tell me about this EXP, because it's just all the rave out there. I have so many agents who were at, we won't even name the other place, who are really moving over to EXP. We even have George Philbeck on the show, I think, recently, who I know you know as well, who just raves about it. What's so good about EXP?
It's the collaboration. Everybody is together to make a successful team. Everybody's there to help each other. And it's just an amazing teamwork, team effort that you don't see in real estate.
I hear about all the technological advancements over there. What do they mean when they talk about being really cutting edge technology wise?
We got pretty much anything and everything. We can be in my pajamas in the morning and be on a conference call. This morning I had 45 people on my group huddle that we do 3 times a week.
Right.
And discuss every little issue from new agents to agents who are producing around 300 units a year.
Beautiful. Alina, how's it work? How's it like working with Deep? He's a funny guy, first of all, by the way. Huh? What's it like being a partner with him?
Well, we've been together, working together for almost 6 years.
Wow.
And it has ups and downs, like any normal, partnership. But it's amazing because Deep has been helping me a lot, and he's been training me, and he's my mentor till
Right.
these days. Every time I have a question, I'll call him, and he will always be there helping, answering all my questions.
Beautiful. And you guys focus mostly on what area of town?
We focus right now in Dr. Phillips area,
Gotcha.
but usually if I have a buyer or a seller on the other side of the town, I'll go there.
Gotcha. Dr. Phillips is a really awesome part of town. I live in Lake Mary, a 30-minute helicopter ride from there essentially, but Dr. Phillips is a great area, great restaurants. How are the schools down in the Dr. Phillips area?
Amazing. Most of them are all A+ school district. You got a great restaurant rural area
Yeah.
that people talk about.
Yes.
Great restaurants, good food, a lot of traffic, but people still want to be there.
Yeah. What do you think about the house values right now in Dr. Phillips? Have they been skyrocketing? Are they leveling off like the rest of town? What are you seeing value-wise?
I see it's leveling off a little bit. I see a market having a little correction for sure in the near future. It's still pretty hot, especially the lower numbers. Anything above $500,000 is slowing down for
Okay.
sure.
Gotcha. Well, let's show off a couple properties. You ready to take a couple tours?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it's all about here. So this first house you have, Capistry. Am I saying it right?
Yes.
All right, Capistry. Where is this one located?
So 1605 Capistry Drive is located in the Middlewoods area. It's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. It's almost 2,400 square feet home with a private pool. It's reduced price right now, so it's priced at $299,000. It's a 2-story home on a cul-de-sac with a private pool, and also on the left-hand side there's no neighbors, so it has a pond, so it has a pond view on the left-hand side.
So what part is this, Dr. Phillips, or where is this?
This is more Meadowwoods area.
Meadowwoods?
Yeah.
I don't know where that is exactly.
Hunters
Help
Creek.
me. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it's right behind Hunters.
But I mean, that's a pretty big, nice house for under $300,000. That's kind of hard to find out there, huh?
Yeah, it is.
If you have any questions about this house, we'd like to go tour it this weekend. The phone number, 407-205-0400. Another house we want to show off here today is Alton.
Yes.
Alton. Did I say it wrong?
Yes, you did.
No.
You said it right.
Oh,
Alton.
wow. Okay. All right. Tell
Alton
me
Circle.
about Alton Circle.
It's a beautiful 4-bedroom, 2-bath, pretty close to 2,000 square feet. It's in Eagle Creek, so we're right next door to Lake Nona, a little bit other side of Dr. Phillips. A great gated community. First time home buyer will be perfect home. A lot of great school district around. Easy access from 417. Very close to the airport area, and it's almost like a starter home. The price at $315,000.
$315,000. So I mean, the mortgage payment on $315,000, you're looking at maybe around $2,000, something like that. But to rent this house, you're looking at probably what, $2,600, right?
It's around there.
I'm afraid that there are so many people out there who are still not getting back in the real estate market because maybe a foreclosure 7 years ago or bankruptcy. Look, guys, now is the time to buy a house. It's time to get out of the rental market. The rental market's great if you're a landlord,
Yes.
right? But if you're just a regular guy trying to put a roof over your family's head, the rental market is terrible, right?
I agree.
And if you want to get back in the market, all you need to do is call 407-205-0400. I will hook you up with the Orlando Property Guru team. Deep, Alina,
Yes.
thank you so much for being here. Come
Thank
back
you, sir.
soon, please, all right? We
We
got to
will.
do this again. We'll show off some more properties. I have a feeling we're going to get some offers on these actually this weekend.
Can't wait.
All
Thank
right,
you.
You're going to stick around for the real estate roundtable, I hope,
Yes,
right?
I am.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, every Saturday about this time we do what's called the Real Estate Roundtable. I answer your questions from throughout the week, and if you do have questions, all you have to do is go to the website youhavepower.com. You can ask me questions right there, and I just might answer them next week right here on You Have Real Estate. And without further ado, it's time for the Real Estate Roundtable. All right, let's go up to Geneva. Actually, it's Craig in Geneva, and this is for both of you guys. How does solar affect the value of my home? Let's ask Steve Bader of IQ Power Solar. What do you think?
Okay, so if you install solar that produces electricity that converts to a savings, then you want to calculate how much it saves you every year and multiply it by 12 to 15 years, and that's pretty much the real value increase.
Deep, what do you think?
I 100% agree. It's the power bill, monthly bill. It could be $200-300 when you have a pool. When you have a solar bill, solar panel, it's much savings. You multiply.
Why do you think we're so far behind Europe and other countries when it comes to solar? I feel like the United States is really lagging behind. Have you ever noticed that?
Yes.
What do you think, Steve? Why are we so far behind?
Well, it's still in the infancy stages here, even though we've been doing it. Solar's been, in the U.S. as far as solar hot water since the 50s, but we're also a lot bigger than countries like Germany that have upwards of 54% solar. But we're making great progress. We went in the last 6-7 years. We went from a tenth of 1% to 4%. So
Got it. Let's go up to Lake Mary. Melissa in Lake Mary says, can't having solar on my home increase the rental rate as the electric bill is basically zero? What do you think, Deep?
It could, yeah, because you're saving a little bit of money for the tenant. So you can add on those bonuses like upgrades
Right.
on a house.
That's a good point. Have you ever seen that, Steve? I mean, have you seen one of your past clients of IQ Power Solar who have gone then to rent their house later, and they were able to get more rent for it because you're saving the tenant a ton in electric bill every month?
yeah, absolutely. But the best way to go about that is to have an understanding with the tenant, because ultimately, if the tenant doesn't appreciate it, then it doesn't matter. But if they appreciate it, they do. Like we've had clients that have bought solar for current tenants, and the tenant was happy to agree to it before the purchase, so that worked out well for everybody.
Yeah, let's go up to Brandon and Maitland. This is for both of you. Is solar energy good for the environment? What do you think, Deep?
100%.
Steve?
Absolutely.
And why? Why is it good for the environment?
Because anything that you use to produce renewable clean energy, as opposed to other types of sources, it's better for the environment. There's no carbon footprint for solar photovoltaics, producing electricity.
Where do we get our electricity here from anyway? Do you know? I don't even know where we get it in Central Florida. Is it these big like smokestacks or something, or is it? I really don't know.
Power companies use a mix of different sources. But you remember that one big energy spill from solar?
Oh yeah, yeah, of course. No, I certainly
Never
do.
happened.
I certainly don't. All right, so Wayne in Sanford, having solar, I'm told, increases my home value, but does it increase my property taxes? Steve Bader?
No, actually, that's one of the cool things about solar. When you purchase solar, it increases your home value, and they cannot increase your property taxes based on that solar property value increase. So it's kind of one of the protections.
So while your values go up, typically your taxes go up, but you're saying if they go up because of solar, they're not increasing at all?
Correct. On a properly assessed solar value increase, you have the highest property value per square foot and the lowest property taxes per square foot.
See, I didn't know that. That's
Most
pretty
people don't.
amazing. What about this tax? Mary Ann in Castleberry says, is the tax break for solar going away?
It's not going away completely, but it's dropping substantially. So if you don't buy solar, before December 31st, 2019, the average person is going to lose about, $3,000 or $4,000 in benefits, but thousands of dollars kind of regardless.
Deep, when you're working with a buyer out there, how often do they ask the seller, the potential seller, about the electric bill? Are they concerned about how much it costs?
That's one of the top questions,
Yeah.
top 3 questions that comes up.
Really?
As soon as they like the house, decide the house, can we see a copy of your utility bill?
Really?
Or I have to call the utility company and get a roundabout number.
So it is important. It's important to
Very
buyers.
crucial.
Because look, I mean, if you're talking $400 or $500 a month, that's, in some places half of the mortgage payment or a big chunk of the mortgage payment, probably more than the property taxes and insurance. I mean, that's a big number every month for people to pay. And it is important. I mean, what? We're going to ask about schools first, probably, if you have kids, and then it's going to be the electric bill, right?
It is.
I think it is very much important. All right. One more question here. Hank in Eustis says, I've been researching solar, and the U.S. government says even a moderate system increases my home value by about $15,000. But it also says that it could make my house sell faster. Do you agree?
Yes. By saying a moderate system, that means that a moderate system is a $15,000 system. The average system is between $25,000 and $30,000. And as far as it'll sell faster, there's a lot of people that's one of their search queues. They want to buy a house that's already efficient because no one wants a $500 bill, just like no one wants $8,000 a year property taxes.
Exactly. Awesome. Stephen Bader, COO, IQ Power Solar, thank you for being here today, sir. If you have any questions, I think solar is so important, guys. And if you do want to get a free consultation for solar efficiency on your home, I want you to call IQ Power Solar before you call anyone else. Deep, thank you so much for being here. If you have any questions about the houses Deep showed us today, the phone number is 407-205-0400. Thank you so much for joining us today. If you have any questions at all, you know the number, or go to the website, youhavepower.com. Or if you're still renting a house and you want to start the house hunt this weekend, all you got to do is call the phone number. I have mortgage professionals standing by to get you pre-approved. I'm attorney Justin Clark, and then I'll see you right back here next week for You Have Real Estate. Good job. Good job, guys.